Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of KLA Sports. I am your host, Kyle Alexander. And first of all, you see, we're doing a different type of video today. But not only that, we did it, guys. We hit 100 subscribers. So I just want to say, I'm super grateful. I'm glad you guys like the content. I appreciate the support, and we're gonna stay on that grind, keep making new content, new videos for all you guys. I just really appreciate the support. And also that Ravens mock off season video got 2,000 views. So again, I appreciate all the support off of that. And also that kind of inspired me because I saw another YouTuber was doing this. His name is the Goat House. You should check him out. But his off season scenario for each team. And I was thinking, since you guys like the Ravens, well, I might do that with every team, or I'm gonna start doing that with every team. So next up is the Eagles because that's my other favorite team. But yeah, we're gonna try and hit every team. And yeah, I just want to say I'm grateful for all the support. But you see, this video, this is mock draft 2.0. So first of all, congratulations to all the NFL honors winners. Lamar Jackson MVP, Michael Thomas winning offensive player of the year. Congratulations to all those guys. And congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on winning the Super Bowl. Mahomes winning Super Bowl MVP. So and the combine's this Thursday, so that's why I'm trying to get this mock draft out. I haven't been uploading recently because I had the flu, but I'm back, and you guys are going to get more content. So you see, with this mock draft, we're doing it different instead of the way I did it before. This is a website called Draft Network. You can make your own mock drafts, your own big boards. I can do multiple rounds like that. I can do all 7 rounds, but we're just going to do the first round. So we're gonna start with the mock draft here. So Bengals are first up on the clock. I went to my picks, but I think we all know this is obvious. Joe Burrow, quarterback from LSU. He's best quarterback in the draft. Man is insanely accurate. He has amazing pinpoint accuracy, and the Bengals they're gonna be able to start rebuilding soon, and they're not starting. It's not like they're starting over from square one or anything, because the Bengals actually have a lot of talent on that roster. A lot of people don't see it, but they actually have a pretty good amount of talent on that roster. You get in Joe Burrow, that just helps with rebuilding and possibly becoming a playoff team in the future. Yeah, I feel like we already know the second pick too. With the Washington Redskins is going to be, to me, I think this is the best player in the draft. Chase Young, defensive end from Ohio State. Like I said, best player in the draft, amazing edge rusher. Probably he's one of the greatest. He's one of the greatest edge rushing prospects I've seen in a while. Yeah, Redskins run a 3-4. They could switch to a 4-3. I feel he's better, and Chase Young is better as a 4-3 defensive end, but it's not like he can't play 3-4 outside linebacker. So pretty much Redskins get a lot of leeway here, and yeah, I feel like we already knew that. So after that being said, this is where it starts to get tricky. It's like, oh, who will you take? Now Detroit Lions are third. Now do they take Tua Tagovailoa or Jeffrey Okudah? This was pretty hard, or not hard, or yeah, I feel like Lions are in an interesting position here. Because they're talking about dealing Darius Slay, but even if they keep him, they can get that other boundary corner to pair with him. Or they could take the quarterback, because stuff with Matt Stafford hasn't been working out, so they could take another quarterback and start rebuilding there. And maybe Tua could start, if he's healthy by the time the NFL season starts. Maybe he starts week 1 because Matt Stafford did have that injury. I believe Stafford has a better chance at coming back more, being healthy sooner than Tua. But with this one, I have the Lions taking Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback from Ohio State. Because I just feel, yeah, they could get a quarterback, but Matt Stafford, maybe give it one more year. And also, you get that outside boundary corner with Darius Slay. Even if you keep Darius Slay, and that way You can beef up the secondary. Okuda is the best. He's the best corner in this class. Probably the best DB in this class. I would say so. And he has nice length and size, and he's physical, and he has great coverage. He's great at breaking the pass up, and yeah, you just can't pass up on this. All right, next up we have the New York Giants picking at 4, and Giants again. I like their position. Giants because they need a lot of help. So Giants are to me the Giants are in a position where you take the best player available. Now this one, I did not take the best player available, and to me, which is Isaiah Simmons. I have the Giants taking Jedrick Willis, or I forgot Kifolter. I have them taking Jedrick Willis, the offensive tackle from Alabama. Giants, they need to beef up that O line. I mean, yeah, you're probably looking, whoa, why didn't you get Isaiah Simmons? Like, why? A lot of fans probably gonna be mad, but if you think about it in the long run, I didn't have them take Jerry Jeudy because or CeeDee Lamb because this draft class is loaded with receivers, so they can easily take one in the second round. Especially if they have the 4th pick, they can easily take a good receiver in the second round. Second of all, Isaiah Simmons, I do like that fit, but at the same time, you got linebackers in free agency, and the Giants have some cap room to work with. Maybe something like a Corey Littleton. This one Isaiah Simmons, you would have a young linebacker to groom and have on a more affordable contract. But you just drafted Daniel Jones last year, and we've seen flashes of what he can do. So you get another tackle, because that's what they've been doing. They drafted Will Hernandez like 2 years ago in the draft, and now he's their best offensive lineman. Take Jedrick Willis, help give Daniel Jones some protection. All right, next up we have the Miami Dolphins, and this one is kind of tough, or not tough. The Dolphins have 3 picks in the first round. Well, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback from Alabama. The Dolphins get their franchise quarterback here. Tua, now, he had the hip injury, but the doctors cleared him for combine workouts, I believe. But the doctors say he's making great time on his recovery. And Dolphins, it's not like they rush him. Like they're waiting for him to be 100% from his hip injury. And the Dolphins, they're rebuilding, so it's not like they have a lot of players. It's not like they have like top elite players with big contracts. They have a lot of cap space, so they can do stuff in the offseason. Sign some big players in the offseason, make some trades maybe. That's why I would just get the franchise quarterback here and Tua Tagovailoa. And Tua, we see what he can do. Even the hip injury is going to limit his mobility, but the accuracy is still there. The IQ is still there. So if I'm the Dolphins, I'm taking Tua right here. Now, next up at pick number 6, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Almost called them San Diego. But again, the reports came out saying that they won't be signing Phillip Rivers. So they need a quarterback. And I have them taking Justin Herbert from Oregon. Herbert is one of the best quarterbacks in this class. Senior year, he didn't do. Senior year was good. It wasn't as great as his junior year, but he's still a great quarterback. Nice tall pocket passer. Chargers, they're just one piece away from going back into the playoffs where they were, like 2 years ago. They have great. I like that receiving duo, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. I like the tight end and Hunter Henry. They could upgrade O-line a little bit, but Austin Eckler out the backfield too. Justin Herbert, you're setting him up in a good position. Just maybe fix some holes on the O-line, or because O-line's not bad, but it could get better. So you take Justin Herbert, you have your franchise quarterback, your QB of the future, and you're already setting him up in a good position. And we've seen what Herbert can do. Herbert is an amazing quarterback. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers. Now, I have seen some mock drafts where they had them taking Jordan Love or a quarterback, but I don't see him taking a quarterback. Listen, Luke Kuechly just retired last year, and the best linebacker just fell into your hands. So you take that replacement in him and take Isaiah Simmons from Clemson, uh, arguably best player in the class. I think, or actually no, I feel like Chase Young is the consensus best player. But Isaiah Simmons, he's not that far behind. Great versatility. He played DB and linebacker at Clemson. Yeah, he played linebacker, safety. Can play in the box, and especially with that new defense. You there's a lot. Not with that new Carolina defense. There's a lot you can do with him. You can even you can have him line up at safety on certain plays and some packages, and have him come off blitz. He plays DN too. Like he can play on the line and get pressure on the QB. It's a great linebacker. He great at breaking up passes, great in coverage, and yet you get the best linebacker in the class here to replace the best linebacker in football, in Luke Kuechly. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this one you might think, oh, he might go with lineman, but no, I'm gonna go with receiver because receiver. I mean, receiver isn't probably not a top priority, but it's definitely a need. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, Jerry Jeudy, best receiver in the class, but to me, if I'm the Cardinals, I'm gonna pair up Kyler Murray with his teammate who had a great season last year, or a great season when Kyler Murray was there, great season this year, and I'm gonna take CeeDee Lamb. Lamb to me, he's the best receiver in the class. He's great with the jump ball, nice catch radius, and he's got speed to him too. He's nice after the run. He has nice catch after the run. Um, yeah, like that's the best receiver. Not to mention you pair him up with his college teammate who they already have chemistry, and Kyler Murray. There, like that fixes your number one receiver problem. Not to mention that you still have Larry Fitzgerald there, so he can mentor them, and then bam, you fix your number one receiver problem. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at pick number 9. This one, they traded this player earlier in the season. They traded Jalen Ramsey away, so there's a hole there at corner, and I have them taking somebody from another school that might be considered DBU, and I have them taking Christian Fulton, cornerback from LSU. To me, he's second best corner in this class. He's good corner, nice size, good at pass breakups, not bad. He's good at tackling too, and he's a nice man corner, and you just get him to kind of replace Jalen Ramsey, or not replace, but pretty much replace Jalen Ramsey. You moved on from Ramsey, you get him on a rookie deal, because the cap situation is not that great. So you get another young corner, and that way you can groom AJ Boye can teach him, and that kind of helps to fill the hole that was made after the Jalen Ramsey trade. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns at pick number 10. Now this one, Browns were hyped up this year. Didn't do too much. Didn't make the playoffs. A lot of people thought they were winning the division of the Super Bowl. Didn't make the playoffs. They were didn't even come in second in the division. They came in third. And a lot of people are questioning like what could have went wrong. O-line, coaching won, but O-line play wasn't there. So I have them taking Tristan Wirfs, the offensive tackle from Iowa. He's a great offensive tackle. Uses his hands really well. Has a nice punch. And not only that, great pass blocker, good run blocker. And not only that, you help give Baker Mayfield protection because their O-line was not that great last year. So again, especially after Joe Thomas left, there was a hole that was put there at offensive tackle. So you were I look at Tristan Wirfs as a flex seal, like the Browns' offensive line was a wall, and then after Joe Thomas retired, there was a crack. Then there was another crack, and then Tristan Wirfs is the flex seal to seal up one of those cracks, and easily Browns turned into to a top 10 offense that we see, like that we know they have the potential to be. Next up, I have the New York Jets at 11. Now this one, I originally had them taking the tackle, but I'm like, you know what? There are some good free agents out there, and I feel a bigger need is getting Sam Darnold, a great pass catcher to help bail him out in certain situations, or to help him out. Also, a receiver he can grow with, build chemistry with. So I have them taking Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver from Alabama. Jerry Jeudy is an amazing receiver, excellent route running, best route runner in this class. Nice catch radius, and he has great speed. Like, his speed is just crazy. And then you got the catch after run that he's great at, but the route running is there. So this is going to be a guy. Jerry Jeudy is going to be a guy who's open like not 9.9 out of 10 times. So they can give Sam Darnold that option where it's like, if he's in trouble, it's like, oh, throw it up to Jerry Jeudy, and he's gonna help Sam Darnold in those tough situations. All right, next up we got the artist formerly known as the Oakland Raiders. They're now the Las Vegas Raiders, and again, after the whole Antonio Brown situation, they get Antonio Brown, think, oh, we have a top 3, top 2 receiver in the league, and we didn't give up that much. Then he has his whole fallout, and then they release him before he even plays a single down in the Raiders uniform. And the receiver play was okay this year. It wasn't the best. Tyrell Williams, I think that was a good signing. He's a big body receiver outside. And Hunter Renfrow was a steal for them. He can be that nice slot receiver. I think for them to get, they need another receiver. I have them taking Henry Ruggs from Alabama. Ruggs, he has nice size. Because he can play outside or the slot, whichever one. And then he has the speed. I believe he ran like a 4.25, or there were reports saying he ran a 4.25. He has freakish speed. And then to back up my claim of his speed, there was a video of the Alabama receivers racing the Alabama DBs, and Henry Ruggs just dusted everybody. So Ruggs has that speed. He's going to be that nice deep ball threat for Derek Carr or Tom Brady. Who knows what's going on there. And Oakland's receiving core gets a much needed upgrade. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts. And again, you're probably thinking quarterback, but I think Jacoby Brissett, I think he's not a bad quarterback. I just think put him in a better situation, like maybe another outside receiver, because the Colts do need another receiver. But another thing that can help them out is defensive play to keep them in the games. And I have them taking the best defensive tackle in the class in Derek Brown Jr. from Auburn. He's a great D tackle, nice size. He has great his arm size, or his length. He has nice length, nice wingspan. His arm, the way he uses his hands to to get off the block and stuff. And another thing is his about his wingspan. I still remember that play in the Iron Bowl that was probably like the game-winning play. He knocked down the pass that Mac Jones tried to throw. He just jumped up, batted it down. So that's what I do like about Derek Brown, is his arm size and his arm length. He's a great run stopper. He's great at getting pressure on the QB. And that's going to help the Colts out a lot, help out their pass rush. And again, the Colts are a team that have a lot of money, and they don't spend it all. They don't just splurge it on everyone, and I respect them for that. But maybe you go out there, get a elite pass rusher, pair up with Derek Brown, and you got pressure on the QB. All right, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, you're probably thinking QB, but nope. Now, this one, Buccaneers, I see them taking offensive line or defensive line, but we're going to stay here with the defensive tackle and have them take Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina. Kinlaw, he's an interesting prospect. He's played D tackle, defensive end, outside linebacker. He has that versatility. Again, he has a nice little vertical to him. He can jump up, break down passes. He's great at getting pressure on the QB from different different areas. Lined up, like I said, with the versatility, lined up at DN, D tackle, whatever. But Buccaneers defense that was a young defense that they had last year, and it really started to get cooking in the second half of the year. So you pair him up with Vita Vea and then Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett. You already got Shaq Barrett getting pressure on people, and then with Vita Vea and now Javon Kinlaw, that defensive front becomes more vicious, and QB started to get more worried. All right, next up we have the Denver Broncos at pick 15. I had them taking a receiver here originally, but I felt because they need to protect Drew Lock in the future, because they found out he's the franchise QB, and I do like the chemistry he built with Courtland Sutton. Well, I like Courtland Sutton. I like Drew Lock. I like the chemistry that they have. Noah Fant is going to be a nice receiving target for them too. But one thing, if you have a young quarterback, you gotta protect his blind side. You gotta give him protection on the O line. So that's why I had him taking Andrew Thomas from Georgia. A lot of people regard him as the best tackle in the draft in the early draft phase, but then his stock kind of fell later in the draft. But he's still a first round pick. Still an amazing tackle. The way he uses his hands off the line, the punch that he gives. I still remember that play. He threw Anthony Jennings to the ground, used his aggression against him, and that's just the IQ that he has. And he can play left tackle, right tackle. So you get him to help protect Drew Lock for the future in the long run of the team. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons. Defense looked terrible last year, but then it did start to pick up towards the end of the season. And my thing is, what do they need? Or they could use a corner. They do need a corner, but they need pass rush too. They need to get pressure on the QB. That's why I have them taking AJ Epineza from Iowa. He's a great edge rusher. He's quick off the line. Use his arms well. Nice. He has nice moves, like nice finesse and power moves off the line. And another thing is you pair him up with Grady Jarrett, because Grady Jarrett, he can't do it all. Like he's pretty much like doing everything on that defensive line. And Takarius McKinley, he's not bad. I feel like he's a good defensive end with potential. I think he has potential. He just needs to take it to the next step. So you get AJ Epineza. That's 3 players you gotta worry about, because that you get AJ Epineza and say he is a good or a great pass rusher. That opens up the way for Takarius McKinley to get some sacks. So that definitely beefens up the defensive front, and that opens up the way. That relieves more pressure, pressure, and like less responsibility off of Grady Jarrett. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys, who a lot of people thought were contenders. Had a great start to the season and then fell apart. They do have new coaching now, so I do believe Dallas can definitely turn things around. But you look here, they need safety, they need secondary. Jeff Heath isn't doing it for them. Pair him up. This is somebody you can pair with Byron Jones. Hope Byron Jones relieve stresses. He's like the main corner. And Dallas needs better secondary play. That's why I'm taking Xavier McKinney from Alabama. To me, he's a good safety. He's great at tackling. He can play in the box. He can come up and make tackles. That's probably like his strong suit, his tackling. And he's not bad in coverage either. Another thing I saw about McKinney was his ability to play on the line. Like, he can play edge rusher off the line, just go after the QB. Dallas definitely get some help at secondary here. And also, if they play like a cover one where they have the other safety playing deep, they could line him up in the box, have him playing with that linebacker duo of Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. So Xavier McKinney, that would be a good fit here for Dallas. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins via the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, he just got their franchise QB. And like I said earlier about getting the franchise QB, you got to get them protection. So I had them taking Mekhi Becton from Louisville. He's a great, nice offensive tackle, nice size. The way, again, he has a nice punch to him, and he's great at he's good at protecting the QB. So you get a young. The Dolphins they just need to redo the O line, but they get a young tackle to help to grow with Tua, especially after the hold that they made while trading Laremy Tunsil away. So yeah, Mekhi Becton, get him to play alongside Tua, protect him, and then bam, you're set. You're already on the road to like being out the rebuild phase, I guess. I'm not sure how. I don't know. Nah, I just worded that weird. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders again, as they got this pick from the Khalil Mack trade last year. Now this one, you look at what they need. I was thinking corner, but then they don't really have good linebacker play. You saw Vontaze Burfict get ejected. What else? You got Tahir Whitehead, who's getting up there in age. He's not bad, but you can get better. So that's why I have them taking Kenneth Murray, linebacker from Oklahoma. Besides, this isn't a strong linebacker class, so you take them now. Take your linebacker now while it's a need. Murray, he has great instincts. He's good. He's great in coverage, and he's great at playing in the box, playing the run. Playing the run lanes. He can get pressure on the QB too. So, maybe that's something John Gruden wants to tamper with. But, yeah, you get Kenneth Murray be your inside linebacker, and that already upgrades your linebacker play. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars from the Rams and the Jalen Ramsey trade. Now, a lot of people are saying they need a receiver, and I get they do. They do need another outside receiver. But if you got D.D. Westbrook, DJ Chark, they're not bad. They're both great, nice young receivers that can grow and have potential to be the best receiving duo in the league. They have potential to be one of the top receiving duos in the league. So, what else do you do to help Nick Foles next year? Maybe Gardner Minshew for the future. I'm gonna look at another receiving threat at tight end. And I'm gonna take the best tight end in the draft. I'm gonna take Bryson Hopkins from Purdue. He's the best tight end in this class. He has great speed for a tight end. Nice speed for a tight end. His route running is good. He reminds me of Evan Ingram. He's a tight end, but he runs like you see him run. He's like a receiver. Like his run after catch, cause that speed he has is he has freakish speed for a tight end. Like I said, the run after catch, he's gone. He's hauling. Then you got the nice route run, the elite route running from him. That's definitely gonna open up another receiving threat for Gardner Minshew, or Nick Foles, whoever the quarterback is next year. And then he's definitely going to be a problem for linebackers or corners in coverage. You're gonna have to put a DB on him. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, you remember earlier I had them taking a corner, but this kind of ties into my Eagles video. But this one, a receiver seems to be the biggest need. They're talking about trading Alshon Jeffrey, moving on from him. Nelson Agholor, I'm pretty sure he's walking because he can't catch anything, can't catch a cold for anything. So that leaves us with Deshaun Jackson and JJ Arcega-Whiteside. We need the deep threat receiver. They need the deep threat receiver for Carson Wentz, and plus that's just the scheme that they play. They utilize the deep ball, and that's why I have them taking a guy who rose his stock with Joe Burrow while playing with him, and that's Justin Jefferson from LSU. Great receiver. He has nice speed. Good route running, but he can take the top off the defense. Like we saw in the Oklahoma game, he had like 4 touchdowns in the first half. He has great, nice hands. He can catch like almost any pass. His catch rate is amazing. The passes that he caught from Joe Burrow at LSU, it was amazing. It was just like I don't even know. And then so you add that with the fact that he can take the top off the defense and Carson Wentz's ability to keep the play alive and move around in the pocket. So that kind of helps out. That helps out the Eagles, and that gives them the deep ball back, and that moves them back in the serious playoff team. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills. Now, this one, you're again looking at receiver, and honestly, I could see him taking receiver. I could see him taking Laviska Shenault or T. Higgins, but I have them taking somebody on the defensive side, and my pick for them is going to be C.J. Henderson from Florida. He's a great corner, great in man coverage. Excellent. He's excellent in tackling. I feel like his best strong suit is breaking up passes because he can get in there, get his arms in there, and just when you think you have the catch, like just when you think you have the touchdown, Henderson's going to be there to break it up at the last second. They need another corner to play outside of Tre'Davious White because they have an elite defense, have an elite secondary. You add C.J. Henderson opposite Tre'Davious White, you just make that secondary even more scary, and you keep quarterbacks up at night. Next up, we have the New England Patriots. Again, now you're probably thinking quarterback, and honestly, I see them taking Jordan Love, but in this one, I don't have them taking Jordan Love because in this mock draft, I see Tom Brady staying with New England. And I see them getting Gronk's replacement and Cole Kmet from Notre Dame. Now, again, this is if Brady were to stay in New England. Now, Cole Kmet, he's a good tight end. I felt there are some issues there, like his route running. His route running is good. It's not like elite like Bryson Hopkins. I mean, the route running is okay. Not as fast. He has speed, but not as fast. But another thing is that his blocking isn't that great. He's got to get better at that. But he can catch. He's a nice possession player, nice possession pass catcher. And especially if he's working with Bill Belichick, he has the potential to get better at everything. He has the potential to be a top tight end in the league. And you get another need. Give Brady another weapon. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints. Now, this is another one I changed up the last second. I had them taking a receiver. I think I had them taking Laviska Shenault originally. But in this one, I know Drew Brees just re-signed with them. Or Drew Brees said he's coming back, so the Saints are going to re-sign him. Teddy Bridgewater is going to be gone. And Taysom Hill's talking about being a franchise QB, which I think is ludicrous. But you got Drew Brees trying to make another run, but he's in his 40s, so it's like, all right, they only have one quarterback on roster. So who do you take? You take the best available quarterback in Jordan Love from Utah State. Now, another reason I changed it last minute because like I said, this is a stacked receiver class, so they can get another receiver to be outside, be opposite of Michael Thomas, because that's pretty much all they have. Michael Thomas. That's the reason he broke the record. They kept forcing it to him because they don't really have another outside receiver. So maybe they can get like Laviska Shenault, T. Higgins, Jalen Reagor in the second round. But you get Jordan Love. He's a good quarterback. The accuracy is there. Like his accuracy is amazing. He has the playmaking ability, keep the play alive. He has the mobility. Now, another thing is you have Drew Brees, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, one of the greatest quarterbacks of this generation, there to mentor him for a year. I say do what the Chiefs did with Mahomes. Have Drew Brees be there for a year, have Love study him, like be his understudy. Then next year, Drew Brees gone. If Drew Brees is gone, start Jordan Love, and then bam, I feel Jordan Love can definitely take the Patrick Mahomes route and become that elite quarterback. All right. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings. They have a great team. Just some like the offense has some questionable. No, the offense is questionable. A lot of people blame Kirk Cousins, but the O line isn't that great. So you get the best interior lineman or the best guard, and you take Lloyd Cushenberry from LSU to help protect Kirk Cousins. I believe because one of their starting guards is Pat Elflin. He's not that great. He's not. They need to move on from him. You take Lloyd Cushenberry. We seen him help his draft stock out later here in the process, and you just think he can be an instant starter from day one. You saw he helped protect Joe Burrow in this Heisman campaign, and yeah, he's definitely has some nice size to him. So he's definitely going to help protect Kirk Cousins in the NFL, especially in the playoffs. We have the Miami Dolphins with their third and final pick here via the Houston Texans. Now, I mean, you could take another tackle here, or you could take anybody on the O line here, like Matt Hennessy, Cesar Ruiz. They could take Josh Jones, Lucas Niang, but they traded another player. They traded was Kenyon Drake, so that leaves a hole at running back, and I believe they'll be taking DeAndre Swift from Georgia, first running back off the board. Swift, he's a great running back. He has elite speed. He has he has track speed, so the speed is there. He has a nice frame. He can, uh, I'm not sure, or no, he's a do it all back. He's a great, he can definitely be a receiving threat out the backfield, help two out. Then you got the run game. So if the pass game isn't that great, which it really is, or no, you got the run game, open up the pass game, and then it's like, all right, do we focus on getting pressure? Do we focus on Tua? Do we focus on Swift? Like what? So Swift is another receiving threat, or he's another threat on that offense, and you just fill that hole that was made at running back with Kenyon Drake after the Kenyon Drake experiment failed. All right, next up we have the Seattle Seahawks. I originally had him taking the lineman, but this one, Jadeveon Clowney is on a 1 year deal. He's talking about he wants to go to a contender. Now, again, I mean that could still be Seattle. Seattle is a contender, but then you got Ziggy Ansah on the other side who was on a 1 year deal, and it's like, do you bring him back? Honestly, I wouldn't bring him back, and I have them. I have Seattle replacing Ziggy Ansah with Yerter Gross Matos, the defensive end from Penn State. Matos, one, to me, he's like the feel good story of the draft. In case you haven't heard the story, I believe he lost his brother. His brother died in a lightning strike, and that was just like, that's terrible. Like, I've never heard of that happening to anybody, and just like imagine what he had to go through. And his brother was like, they weren't even that old. I don't even think they were in high school when that happened. And then earlier before he lost his father. So Matos, he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's a great pass rusher. The way he uses his hands. He's great at getting pressure on the QB. Playing in that 4-3. Seattle, they're gonna hit on this one. Not like it's not gonna be another LJ Collier situation last year, because Seattle tends to take players who aren't first round talent in the first round. We saw with Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny was like slated as like a second, third rounder, and they took him. Then you got LJ Collier. So yeah, they hit on this pass rusher with Yerter Gross Matos. Next up, we have my Baltimore Ravens. Yes, sir. They won best team in the league last year, 14-2 record, but then fell at the hands of Derrick Henry. So you look, and they lost CJ Mosley in free agency last year. So this year, they couldn't get Kenneth Murray. So this year, and Baltimore's known for drafting and grooming linebackers. So I have them taking Patrick Queen from LSU. I think he can. He definitely, again, he was like another player from LSU. Just came out of nowhere and helped his stock rise. Had his stock rise, And Patrick Queen, his stock has been rising lately, as of now, like late here in the draft process. From what I've seen on him, he has nice size. He's actually good in coverage. He's great in coverage. Not He can also get pressure on the QB. He's nice with blitzes, and that's another thing. The Ravens like blitzed the most last year, so the Ravens are going to utilize that blitz, try and get pressure on the QB. You got Patrick Queen. He's a perfect linebacker for that. He's the perfect fit for that, and he's definitely a much needed upgrade for the Ravens at inside linebacker. All right, you have the Tennessee Titans. This one is like you don't really know what they should take, but then I looked into it more. They need pressure on the QB. That's why I'm taking K'Lavon Chaisson from LSU. So he's a great edge rusher. He can get He's great at getting pressure on the QB. He's great at sacking the QB. He can get off. He's quick off the line. He can shed blocks. And I feel like Tennessee, they run a 3-4, I believe. Yeah, they run a 3-4. So you get him with Harold Landry. That defense becomes better and takes the next step to become an elite. And Tennessee starts to look even more dangerous. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers. I could see them again. They could take a receiver. Maybe they take Laviska Shenault, Jalen Reagor, or T. Higgins. But I have them taking not tackle. I have them taking offensive linemen. It's definitely a need, but I have them. Yeah, and the receivers, they fall late in the second round. Like I said, it's a stacked receiver class. Even if they don't get those first three players, they still got KJ Hamler, Brandon Ayuk, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Denzel Mims. So, yeah, I have them taking interior linemen because it's a need. They could get younger there. And I have them taking Matt Hennessy from Temple. He's a good guard, great, good at pass blocking. Then you get him with Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur is a great coach. So you get Hennessy. You get him in there to protect Rodgers, and then the QB. Not only that, Rodgers, he's not going to be there forever. So he's going to be there. By the time they move on from Rodgers and find a QB of the future, he's going to be set there, like set in stone right there. And he's going to be able to protect them. Nice hands. Great at pass blocking. So that's why I think Green Bay addresses that need here. And again, like I said, they could get a receiver in the second round, even with the late pick that they have. All right, next up we have the San Francisco 49ers. It said they need a corner. Jeff Gladney is a pretty good corner. Trayvon Diggs. But they need a safety. So I figure this guy, he was regarded as the best safety in the class early in the draft process. His stock fell, and he's sitting there in your lap. So you take him. I have him taking Grant Delpit from LSU. Delpit, he's a great safety. Stock kind of fell. I think it was they said tackling was kind of a weak spot, but the instincts, his instincts, his ability to drop back in coverage and just his sideline to sideline ability, his hustle, his speed, and his ball hawk ability. So on San Francisco, you take him, especially help out with Richard Sherman, because Sherman, he's an elite corner, but he's not the fastest. And we saw what happened in the Super Bowl. Sammy Watkins had that clutch catch. He had that inside release. So if you get Grant Delpit, he can fly in over there. He can fly in over there from the sideline. He has the speed, possibly break up passes like that if that situation happens in the future. Last but not least, we have the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. This one is really Chiefs won the Super Bowl. We all know they can get better. Every NFL team can get better after every year. And Chiefs, probably looking at defense, but I'm liking the way the defense played late in the year. But for me, running back is a need. So you got the best running back in the class in there. You take them. Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin. All right, let's finalize my draft. But is it not gonna tell? Or it's not gonna tell? Okay, but either way, yeah, you get Jonathan Taylor. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. Here it is. So here's my mock draft. But you get Jonathan Taylor, to be a running back. He's a do-it-all running back. He has the speed. He has great vision. He can hit the hole. His cutbacks, like he can catch out the backfield too. Like he's a tremendous runner. So you add him to the already stacked Chiefs offense. That's another weapon for Mahomes. That's more speed, more weaponry, and the Chiefs offense just becomes that more unstoppable. All right, so that is it for this mock draft. The NFL Combine is this Thursday, so I will be trying to get my third mock draft after the Combine. And the next video up is going to be my Eagles offseason predictions, or not offseason, but like my Eagles mock offseason. So be on the lookout for that. I did do that one a little differently, but than the Ravens one. And also, so yeah, that is it for this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm excited. I'm thankful for you guys that we hit 100 subscribers. Let's try and hit 200. Yeah, that's it for this video. Follow me in the social media below. That's where I post updates on like when I upload like the next video I'm working on and stuff like that. Plus, I can interact with you guys. But yeah, that is it. Let me know if I got your team right. Like if you agree with the pick I made with your team, or if you disagree, why or why not. And yeah, that is it for this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys next time.